What's going on, my friends? Matthew Loop here, best-selling author of Social Media Made Me Rich. Here's how it can do the same for you. And I wanted just to do this quick little video critique. You know, if you're going to give me your websites, I'd love to take a few moments and critique them in between calls. Just got off the phone with a private coaching client. Some really powerful things we laid out on his website so he can be more effective. And I wanted to help you do the same thing. Many times, getting traffic to your website is just the first hurdle. Social Media Elite shows you how to get traffic to your site, but you still need to be able to convert that traffic right now. So we're going to take a couple minutes in between these private coaching calls and give you some feedback. So if you want, go ahead and post your chiropractic website below, and I'd be happy to take a look and give you some pointers. And then, of course, anyone can also chime in to give some pointers as well. So let's see how this works. Dennis, hey, what's going on, brother? Doug, what's going on, my friend? I'll tell you what, let's go, Dennis. Let's check your website first here. So it's backtohealthnj.com. Exactly. If you like this video, definitely show some love, give some likes and shares and such. So let's type in backtohealthnj.com. Now, if you're following along, if you're a chiropractor watching this right now, you can definitely navigate to these websites to see what I'm doing and how I'm giving these pointers. The whole goal is to make you convert better on your site so you can get more referrals in the office. Many times in sites that I come across, I mean, they look nice, but they don't do a great job at converting. So let's get into this. All right, Dennis, hey man, first thing I like about the site, it's very clean, elegant. I think it's laid out exceptionally well. How many visitors do you get to this website? So just go ahead and post below. How many visitors you get into this website? Oops. Let's see here. All right, and the crazy thing is, let's see here. You don't know. Okay, so you definitely need to have Google Analytics installed on your website or some other analytics platform, because that will tell you how many visitors you're getting every single day and specifically where those visitors are coming from. So, but as I was mentioning before, the site design looks clean, it's elegant, it's not too much clutter, which I like, but I would have, you know, somewhere on this website at the top, I would have a Facebook like button, which is just a social proof trigger. Somebody clicks that like button, it shows the number count as well as it shares on Facebook. So that's a really big social proof indicator. Now, something that's very interesting, and I don't know if this is just from my end, which you'll want to check, but when I stay on your website, just the homepage, for what, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, it redirects me to an error page. I see that you have HostGator as your host. Double check with them and go ahead and give them a buzz. So maybe, you know, maybe there's something going on there. I just don't want to, you know, say something where, you know, there could be an error on the page, and I don't think it's from my end, but double check with HostGator just to be sure. Now also, if you've been featured in any major media, you can certainly add those logos above the fold. I do not see a testimonials tab, which should certainly be in your blue navigation bar. Listen, the only reason people don't buy from you online or come into your office, the major reason is because they don't believe you and or they are skeptical. So we really want to go ahead and remove that skepticism. I'm getting the same thing. It says, whoops, and this page that you're looking for is not available. I didn't even navigate to any other tab. So call HostGator immediately, see what's going on there. Those are two simple recommendations, and obviously put as many testimonials there as you can. Otherwise, the site design looks clean. We just need to know how many visitors we are getting per day to really assess this. All right, so let's go and to the next site. Doug, what's going on, my friend? How many visitors do you get to your website? Backtobalance.pt. My buddy Doug's out in Portugal. Back to the number 2, balance.pt. All right, let's check it out. So let me just scroll down here. This is so cool. I love doing these live videos for you guys. All right. And 10 to 50 a day. All right, hey, that's a fantastic start. I know you started to use some of the traffic generation strategies in Social Media Elite, which you're on your way. Portugal, the market is huge because there are very few doctors in Portugal, so you have a huge opportunity there. Okay, no, obviously I don't read Portuguese, but I do a little bit of Spanish, so I can tell you have a testimonials tab, which is awesome. Let me click on that real fast, though. All right. Okay, so I see some testimonials here. What I would do is I would take screenshots of all of your Google reviews, all of your Yelp reviews, Facebook, Health Grades, RateMDs, wherever your practice comes on the first couple pages of Google, take screenshots of all of those individual reviews and put them on this tab. And specifically, what you want to say is, you might start it off with a little blurb that says, while we've treated thousands of patients over the years, here's what 100 people had to say. It's a numbers game, social proof. If a prospective patient goes onto the site and they see you've got over 100 testimonials, it's game over. You're the only logical choice. There's no way that they can refute that. In Social Media Elite, as you know, I show you ways that you can repackage those testimonials and to get more legs on other social platforms. But start there and then have a little bit of a blurb at the front where you can say, while we've treated X amount of thousands of patients over the years, here's what 100 patients had to say. Very simple stuff, but that will definitely help increase your conversion. If you've been featured in any of the Portuguese media or newspapers or local publications, I certainly would put those logos above the fold. I see you do have those Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google Plus icons above. I'm not sure I would have Google Plus because Google Plus is on the way out. So I might have your YouTube channel up there just so if people want to contact. And something I also want to make mention of, and this is a big mistake I see on a lot of doctors' websites, is you have your email up here, but it's a Gmail account. You'll want to have something like an info at backtobalance.pt or patient services or front desk at backtobalance.pt. It just looks more professional and it looks like you're not a small company. So just little things like that can make a huge improvement to the site. And otherwise, I think the site design looks relatively clean. And let's see here. You've got a nice little Facebook widget on the bottom of the site. 10 to 50 website visitors per day, depending on how many are actually calling you. Well, obviously that's going to dictate our conversion. We should know our conversion numbers. I've seen websites convert as high as 5% before. That means 5 out of every 100 that go there, pick up the phone and call. I mean, you can get even higher, but you should strive for at least 2%. That's what, I mean, at least 2%, because if we get that number, the traffic is the easy game. I mean, we can always ramp up traffic through social strategies on Facebook. Anyway, some tips and recommendations. Take those to heart. Obviously, let me know if you have any questions there. Let's go down. You guys enjoying this presentation so far? If you are, click the like, give me some love, show some hearts. Would love your feedback there, and ask any questions that you want. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to go for this live presentation. Let's go to the next one. Craig, hey, what's going on, brother? ExperienceWLife.com. Let's go. ExperienceWLife.com. Let's see here. ExperienceNewLife.com. My apologies. All right, Craig and I actually went to chiropractic school together. Good to see you, man. How you been? How many visitors do you get to this website per day if you're still with us? Craig, you still there, brother? All right, well, let me look it over anyway. You can watch the recording if you're not. So this is a nice clean design. There is a nice testimonials tab. I like that. I'm going to click on the testimonials tab and go and see it. Perfect. One of the things to note, and this is a great example too, I like the fact that what he did was he placed pictures with the testimonials. It actually makes it more believable. That's why when I mentioned previously about screenshotting Yelp or Google Maps testimonials and placing them on your own testimonials tab, you have the picture associated with that, plus the name, which definitely makes it look more believable. But I like the way that you've done this on your site. Well done. Certainly well done. But I would preface this, let's see here. I would preface this by, similarly to what I said on Dr. St. Martin's website, while we've treated hundreds or thousands over the years, here's what 50 patients had to say. Here's what 100 patients had to say. And use those screenshots on Yelp and Google along with what you have, but I really like what you've done with the photos. That's awesome. Very compelling. Phone number's at the top. That's nice. It says send us an email, request appointment, get the newsletter. I'm not crazy about those links because they don't tell you what's in it. It's like me as a prospective patient, they don't tell what's in it for me. Send us an email if I'm just coming onto your site. Get the newsletter. Why would I get your newsletter? I don't even know you. But if you have a free report or something that's titled 5 questions you must ask before choosing a chiropractor, well, hey, that's information that I might want to know if it's a consumer awareness guide. Hey, these are questions I should ask, or misconceptions, myths that you're clearing up. So we want to make that a little bit more enticing so people are more likely to take action. All right, let's see here. Who else? Wow, nice. Glad everyone's enjoying this presentation so far. If you are, definitely give some hearts and some likes. All right. Otherwise, this looks like a pretty clean site. I mean, there are so many different website providers online. I mean, you know the drill, know them all. And me personally, I've worked with thousands of clients over the years. Some use all these different websites. I'm not crazy about canned websites. However, they can do a job for a certain amount of time. Eventually, you'll evolve into your own site. I love WordPress, as I described in my Blogging Success Blueprint, but it's not the be-all, end-all. So you can still have a high converting website and not be your not be your own custom. Thanks, Tammy. Appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying. All right, Holly Ann, I skipped you. Well, that's garbage. Let me go back. I don't see your website. No, you are next. Come on, give me a chance. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Holly Ann, what you got there? ABC or abchiropractors.com. abchiropractors.com. Advanced Beginnings Chiropractic, helping your family grow straight from the start. Okay, phone number's at the top. We definitely need a testimonials tab in their navigation bar. You've got home contact, meet the doctor. That's got to be front and center. As I mentioned previously, we would like a Facebook like button at the top somewhere to feature that social proof. And you can do it a couple different ways. One, if you went to my primary blog, MatthewLoop.com, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see that Facebook like button, what I'm referring to. If you go to socialmediamademerich.com, this is a separate way that it's featured, but you'll have to scroll down to the bottom where I don't feature the like button that goes directly to my website, so meaning that when somebody clicks the website on my blog, MatthewLoop.com, it actually says on Facebook that they like that site or the blog of Matthew Loop. If somebody clicks that on my website, socialmediamademerich.com, at the bottom, that ties them into my fan page, and there's over 24,000 or 23,000 on that page, so it's more social proof. So we can strategically use either one of those. The rotating banner. I'm a little iffy on the rotating banners. They can convey the right message that you want. Sometimes they can be dull, though. This is, I mean, I like what you have here in terms of the images. I think that flies. Sometimes a welcome video can work exceptionally well on a page like this that immediately starts up and plays. Just something to consider. We should have a testimonials tab, as I mentioned before. When should we see a chiropractor? All right, follow us. Phone number. I see the phone number, but it doesn't stick out as much. I mean, it's the same color as your subtitle. I mean, that's not a huge deal, but it's just something where I was looking, where's the phone number at? If you've been featured in any major media outlets, definitely add those logos. And here's a tip that I recommend in my book. There's a PR, public relations press release distribution site called prweb.com. You can use their $250 package, and what happens is they will submit your content to these network subsidiaries like ABC, NBC, Fox News, so you can legitimately say as featured on these publications in your site. What else? How many visitors do you get per day, Holly? Let me scroll down here. Wow. Jennifer, just saw your question. Any recommendation on examples of welcome videos? Yeah, I have several clients, and one, I can't remember, I can't think of his website off the top of my head, but his name is Dr. Clayton Roach, Clayton. All right, we're back. Dr. Clayton Roach. If you Google his page, he's a doctor out of Canada. He has a really good one. There's also I do a Caribbean Mastermind once every year with Dr. Mike Reed. Awesome dude to connect with, by the way. And one of his clients, Dr. Benny Matthew out of the UK, you have to look at his, but it's a really solid welcome video. Those are the two that come to mind off the top of my head, Jennifer, so you can Google their names, or maybe you might even be connected with them on Facebook already, so check those out. Holly Ann, you still with us? I was asking your question. You don't know how many visitors you're getting to your site. All right, well, those are just some simple recommendations. I think I have time for one or two more website critiques. If you're liking this, give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts, and definitely share it with other chiropractors. Once this video is completed, of course, it gets posted on Facebook. And by the way, if you're not using Facebook Live Video, you absolutely need to. As you probably see, it gets more distribution in the news feed. So, more distribution in the newsfeed, so you get more legs on your posts for free. And if you deliver great content, then of course your followers are compelled to share it with others. So let's go. Nick, what's going on? Detoxifyyourlifestyle.com. Let's check out that one. And just something I thought of off the top of my head. Listen, there's a lot of great domain names that I'm seeing from you guys posting right now, which is awesome. But something to consider when it comes to Google, and if you're trying to, let's say, rank a website at the top of Google, Google does favor keywords in the domain name. Now, it's not the be-all, end-all, but maybe you've been online for a while and you've seen, I don't know, a website that's been online, probably it's been in town for 20 years, he or she, they don't really have a large internet presence, but they just have the keywords in the domain name, like atlantachiropractor.com. And their practice is called Atlantic Chiropractor Associates or Atlantic Chiropractic Wellness. You know, that naturally ranks high on Google because Google favors relevancy in keywords like that. So just something to think about. I'm not going to tell you to buy a new domain name if you're if you've got a separate website, but you might want to consider it if you are starting a practice and you want to rank higher on Google faster for your local market. Now, of course, you can rank high on Google without without having the keywords in the domain name. That's not necessary, but it is really important, and it can expedite that process. Just an FYI. So, detoxifyyourlifestyle.com. I like this site, Nick. Just from looking at it, it's a nice, clean website. Your phone number is very visible at the very top. You've got your social icons. Facebook, Twitter, Google+. As I mentioned before, Google+, it's kind of, they're phasing that out unless this links directly to your Maps listing. Let me just check it out, which it does, I believe. Yes, it does. So that's good. It links directly to your Maps listing where people can write reviews. That's totally fine. I would leave it there then. All right, review us. Let's see here, about patients. This review us goes to... All right, patient special, what our patients had to say. I would have, unless I missed it, let me go back to your homepage. I would have a testimonials tab in the navigation bar. That's just a standard that I recommend. Sometimes you can even put a little starburst on the website if it's not too cluttered and include it there. But we're always trying to feature social proof. Social proof is the new marketing. So we're always trying to feature testimonials in that. Let me scroll down on your homepage. Maybe you have them there. You do have a rotating slideshow or rotating banner, what our patients had to say. That's fine. I would add as many as possible to that. Some people are going to scroll all the way down, others not so much. So you can have the testimonials in this place for sure. You might also add a picture and a name if possible. You could also circulate some Google Maps reviews or Yelp reviews in that section. Have a testimonials tab at the top though. Symptoms, where else? You've got a video on the home page which basically shows you adjusting. Okay, I like that because, and this is something that I recommend a lot with chiropractors. You know, one of the reasons why people don't use our service, because they don't know what we do, or they still have a little bit of fear and skepticism. So with a treatment style video just showing, we can really overcome that immediately. So if you have a welcome video on the first page of, and by the way, you know who else does it exceptionally well? One of my private clients, David Zamikoff. He's got a solid welcome video on his site. He practices in Florida, so check his out. But it's something where if we're demonstrating the treatment on our website and they can see what it's about, and they see a patient getting up and like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, well, then that just removes the fear and skepticism. It's also one of the strategies that I teach in Social Media Elite and with my private clients, that you want to take a treatment style video and circulate it on Facebook, and if it's done a specific way, you can get, my gosh, a penny or under a penny per video view in many cases, and for between $15 and $40 that you spend, you can attract a new patient in the office from that video strategically advertised on Facebook. So just an FYI, I mean, I could go over dozens of different strategies with you here today, but overall, I do like the site. Make those recommendations. New patient special offer, that's fine. Oh, there it is. And I don't know how I missed it, but you do have this testimonials link right there. So it is above the fold. I like that. Let me just click here and see what it says. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay. All right, yes, you've done very well so far here. I see some screenshots. I see a couple video testimonials. I would add a little blurb before that, like I mentioned previously. While we've treated hundreds or thousands of patients, here's what 50 people had to say, 50 patients had to say. But just more social proof there. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that on your homepage. But if I look at it right now, in the navigation bar, that sticks out. So this is a pretty solid website. I like that. Now, conversion is another game, depending on how many sites or visitors that you're getting. What is it pulling? I'd be interested to see those numbers, but I don't really have that much time right now. So listen, guys, hopefully you found some value out of this critique. Watch the replay, some great nuggets that I gave, some great questions as well. I plan on doing these more regularly. And if you have any questions at any time regarding growing your practice using social media, I'm always here for you. Social Media Elite is my flagship training, so if you're not a member of that, we have a private Facebook group where you can also ask me questions, and the discussions that are in that group are just phenomenal and fantastic. So if you are interested in what the busiest chiropractic offices in the world use in terms of social media strategies, and you're not able to join me at this Social Media Revenue Summit, Social Media Elite is a great start for you, and you can learn more about that program at dcincome.com/go and see what over 32 docs had to say. So hopefully you guys found some value from this website critique, and if you did, definitely show some love, give me some hearts, click the like button, and we'll talk to you soon. Ciao.